Hello everyone, welcome to Full Metal Gamer. I'm Jason. Welcome to my channel. This is a place we discuss all things heavy metal and video games. If you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell. It lets you know when videos goes live on my channel, and be sure to leave a comment down below and tell me what you think about today's video topic. And today's video topic, if you didn't tell by the title down below, and that is a problem that I think is going to be approaching us very, very soon. And that is AI-generated artwork. And what that means for artists who specifically make a living, or maybe not necessarily specifically, artists in general, when it comes to branding, marketing. But in today's instance, we're going to be referring to people who specifically make artwork for musicians in terms of album art, t-shirt designs, merch ideas, or merch designs, stuff of that nature. Where did this come from? Well, this came from a targeted ad that I received, in which it was a website selling pre-made artworks and t-shirt designs, and I bought a couple pieces, and then I noticed that there was something off. So we're going to discuss that in today's video, so please stick around, watch through the whole thing, because really, this is really important, and this needs to be talked about, and please share this video so we can get awareness out about what's about to happen. Please, this is very important. So, thank you for being patient. Let's jump into today's video. So AI-generated artwork. So I think the very first instance or example that I can think of not too long ago of a band that actually used AI artwork was August Burns Red and their latest record. They unveiled that their artwork was, and all the merch they sold for the campaign for this album was indeed AI generated. Now, the thing about that particular release was when you saw their album cover, you could clearly tell that it was not necessarily done by hand. You could tell that it was not quite right, in which it was AI generated. Just it was distorted, it was abstract. You could tell that there was something off with it. But what happens when you start seeing artwork that looks hand-drawn? Well, that's bad news for artists, and I'm talking about the kind that draw, stuff that makes stuff looks pretty. Look at all the art behind me. We're talking about that, and what that means for artists who are trying to make a living by drawing or doing layout designs, whatever that may be. When the topic of AI art started coming out, I didn't really take it too seriously because I was like, well, we're probably a long ways away. We're many years away from it actually being possibly, where you wouldn't recognize if it was AI generated or not. But I think I'm going to be proven wrong on that. So what happens when it starts getting too accurate? What happens when AI does it better than we do? What happens when that happens? Well, people are going to naturally start losing their jobs. And that's scary. That's scary for everyone, because if it hits you in the drawing, the artist kind of genre, it's gonna make it to music too. There's a band out right now. I can't remember the name of the band, but what they did was they took session musicians and they played some stuff for an AI and then told the AI to use their style to make music, and it sounds real. Those people never had to write a single thing. They didn't have to play a single instrument in a recording session. AI did it for them. So where is this coming from? Why am I going on about this? Why is it almost 5 minutes into this video and I haven't even told you where this is coming from? I received a targeted ad towards me from a website that sells pre-made art and t-shirt designs. That's all they do. They do album covers and t-shirt designs. I went on their website. I actually have it pulled up right now, but I'm not going to tell you what the name of it is yet until I get confirmation from them. The moment I get confirmation from them, or lack of confirmation, then I'm going to come right back on here and I'm going to tell you about this website. I'm just telling you my speculation. I'm just telling you that I think we're there, but I don't know yet. But I will read the stuff that's on the website to you, and I will let you decide for yourself. So the first thing I noticed as I started going through their comments and stuff, and I noticed they were getting likes, but they don't necessarily have people commenting on their photos. There's not a whole lot of engagement. They have over 1,000 followers and likes on their Facebook page, but there's not a whole lot of engagement. Which, to be fair, I mean that means it could be a new website. I've never heard of these people or of this website until just recently. But then, so I went on the website and I started just looking at all the designs, and there are a lot of them. Now, let me tell you this, everyone. I've been a musician. I've been in the musician game for a long time. I have worked with some really cool graphic designers over the years. And actually, in fact, one I worked with did artwork for Dragon Force. And while he would put out a lot of artwork, but all of it was consistent in terms of you could tell it was his style. When I look at the artworks on this, the artwork that are for sale on this website, there are a lot of pieces for sale. I'm talking probably over 100 pieces for sale, and they add new pieces every single week. When you look at the detail of some of these pieces, I don't buy that these are done by the same person. And with the amount of engagement and stuff that's going on here, I don't buy that you have multiple designers who happen to be putting out a similar product all at once. Even if they are that organized, this doesn't seem right to me. So when you go to their front page, it says, "Our team of professional graphic designers have created visually stunning designs that are sure to capture the essence of your music and help you stand out in the industry. Our album cover designs are not only visually appealing, but also suitable for streaming services such as Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal." So, I don't know about all of you, but that seems a little too professional. That almost seems AI generated. That looks like something you would put in ChatGPT, be like, make me a header for my store. And to me, that is what something it would put out. But the thing is, though, nowhere on this website is there an artist's name. On any of these pieces, from what I can see, there's 4 listed on their front page right now. I do not see a name on each piece. These look like hand-drawn pieces. Any artist I've ever worked with always signs the bottom corner, their signature, especially if it's hand-drawn. The thing about is all of these designs I see on here, they are not the same style. Some of them have similar styles, but they all have a similar color palette. A lot of vibrant colors, a lot of colors that stand out. And some of these I actually can see the same assets being repeated from one to another, in which that could imply that the artist has just a bunch of stuff like in like a folder, and they just copy and paste and then they change stuff. But not not to this scale. But to me, the lack of transparency on who actually drew these pieces without having their name attached to them is troubling to me. I would like to know who to put credit for in my album credits if I'm going to use this. The other big red flag is when I bought those 3 pieces, not once did it ever say what the usage or the copyrights were for that piece. It didn't give me anything. It didn't give me like what limitations were. If you're a graphic designer, which I went to school for graphic design, so I kind of know a little bit about this. If it is true that they hand drawn every single piece, they would not have to disclose like, oh, well, you can only sell 300,000 copies of a CD or something like that. If you're using stock images or assets from stock websites, you have to include that. It has to be included because because of the licenses that are being transferred to the designer, whoever's making the piece, who's altering the piece. There's a license agreement. So when you sell that commercially, depending on the commercial license that you have to state what the limitations are, and it has to be known to the person who buys it. There is none of that on here. When I purchased those 3 pieces, the only thing I got was a download link. That was it. It basically said, thank you, here's your high resolution art file. And that's all it was. So there's a red flag. There's just so much on here. The lack of information about these pieces is astonishing. And the fact that they are charging so little prices makes me wonder, some of these pieces look like, if they were actually hand drawn, some of these pieces look like $1,000 pieces. You're gonna sell them for less than $10? Something ain't right. And the only thing I can imagine is that these are AI generated, or they're stolen. and if they're stolen, then whoa, like the nerve that this website has. But if they're AI generated, I feel like people have the right to know if they're AI generated. I feel like that I should know. There should be transparency here. But the fact that these look so good, and there's a lot of them, and they're so cheap, and there's no information on them, this is sketchy. At the very least, it's sketchy. So I don't know, everyone. All I know is that there is a conversation to be had about the future of AI, and when it comes to artists. If I'm what I'm looking at on my computer screen, if this is indeed AI generated, then we essentially don't need actual artists anymore. And that's scary. It scares me for the people that I know who do this professionally, who make a living off of this. They can't compete with this. They can't compete with this. If this is what I'm looking at right now, if it is actually AI generated. But there's no way of me knowing unless they actually tell me. So what did I do? I reached out to them, and so did a friend of mine over at the Metal Forge. We reached out to them. I sent them a message. I said, are the pieces on your website for sale? Are they hand-drawn, or are they AI-generated pieces? They saw my message, and they have not yet responded to me. And then I sent a message basically being like, well, I would like to know more information about the artist who actually drew these. You know, kind of being like, I would like to give credit to the artist. I would like to know this. Give me this information. And their lack of answering me on this so far is sketchy. But they could answer me and say, oh yeah, this is our artist. These are our artist names. Here's where you can look them up. If they give me information like that, then I will come on here and I will make a video clarifying that. But if they refuse to answer me, then I can only assume that this isn't real. And I will call them out on that. I will call them out for being sketchy. And I will call them out for lack of transparency. Because this might be illegal. It might be. That's the thing. I can't tell if this is illegal or not. That's where this is crazy, because I don't. What if I use this and then I get in trouble? What if it flags some sort of copyright somewhere? What if I get in trouble for using this art? What if it comes back on me? I have no way of knowing unless they tell me. So, anyway, everyone, I've been going on for 20 minutes, but please, this is an important conversation. Please, we need to spread awareness about this, because this is getting ready to happen. It's close. If this is real, if what I'm looking at right now, if this is AI generated, then real artists are going to be in trouble very soon, because you cannot compete with this. You can't. This is too good. This is too good for the price that these people are charging for it. This is too good. So, anyway, thank you for taking your time, or taking time out of your day to watch this video. Thank you for listening to me ramble. But even though I'm rambling, this is important. It really is. So, anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful work week. Once again, if you are new to my channel, or if you find in this video, if this video is found your way, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell, let you know when videos goes live on my channel. I love discussing things about music-related topics, and video games. That's what I'm passionate about. This is Full Metal Gamer, by the way. So, thank you for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful night. Have a safe work week, and I'll see you all in the next video. Always remember, long live heavy metal.